Charles Malki, biologist and plant expert with Ivory Organics, where we grow cool plants. And today we're here in Tarzana, California, with my friend Miles Lewis, who is the founder and artist with valleygreen.info, which is a conservation-driven website. I was hoping you can share a little bit more.
Sure, yeah. So right now we're at the Tarzana Community and Cultural Center, which is just a general community center that is focused on gardening, that is focused on community creation. This Sunday, we're going to have really our first big event as Valley Green, which again is kind of a conservation resource for people around the LA area, where we will have art workshops for all ages. It'll be a great family-friendly event. Charles will be there handing out plants and also giving sort of instructions and information around organic gardening in the area. We'll have a number of conservation organizations, great food, and we're going to try to make it a zero waste event too. So it'll be a great way to learn how you can be a part of making a world that focuses on human creativity and sort of our relationship to nature.
That's fantastic. So you can find all of this information at paperearth.org. That's correct. Right. And my inspiration, my association with Miles Lewis was about 6 months ago at, again, valleygreen.info. And again, you'll see a lot of the talent that's there. I was introduced by my friend Lee Gadd, and let me just share a little bit about her and her experiences. And I'm quoting from her bio that you can find there, again, at valleygreen.info. I am a mom, a gardener, an avid environmentalist, a United Nations interpreter, a concerned citizen of the world, and a SoCal resident. I came to the United States 23 years ago from rural China. And then if you read a little further on, it reads, over the years, I have grown increasingly concerned about the staggering amount of waste we humans generate and the subsequent environmental destruction. I remember in my small rural Chinese village, the biodegradable waste generated by a whole village in a whole year doesn't even come close to what one person uses in one day here in America. I find that just mind-boggling. I just want to repeat her last statement, that in her rural village in China, the waste that they created in a whole year doesn't equate to the waste that the average American creates in one day.
Well, and just saying the non-biodegradable waste, right? So not the food waste, not all the things that just return to the environment, any materials, you know, if you think of plastics they probably didn't even have, but metals, glass, etc. Yeah.
So Ivory Organics was founded on creating organic products, starting with the organic 3-in-1 plant guard protection. Instead of using the traditional latex water mixture, which again, paint is designed to put on your house. 100 years later, there's still paint on your house, but you put paint on your trees, and 1 to 3 years later, all that paint is going to wind up in your soil and stay in your soil for a very long period of time. And that was the inspiration for creating the Ivory Organics 3-in-1 plant guard. Now, with the added insight gained from Valley Green and my friends Miles Lewis as well as Lee Gadd, Ivory Organics has now taken it one step further by creating an additional component to the ivoryorganics.com website, which reads, Save the Planet with Ivory Organic, a zero-waste company. We share your environmental philosophy to reuse, reduce, and recycle. For returning customers on select products, keep your original packaging, and we will refill package contents at significantly reduced cost. Continue to benefit your plants and trees while keeping your Ivory Organic packaging out of our landfills and ocean. Simply order from Save the Planet with Ivory Organic Zero Waste program at ivoryorganics.com and enjoy significant savings on great garden products while saving the planet from further waste. A win-win world. Note, items purchased from Ivory Organic Zero Waste program does not include the packaging, which includes that can and can label. So with the Save the Planet with Ivory Organic, a zero waste program that we've just incorporated into the ivoryorganics.com website, again inspired by Paper Earth and my friends Miles Lewis and Lee Gadd, I just want to reiterate the way it's going to work is instead of getting, here's the more popular 3-in-1 plant guard protection against damaging sunburn insects and rodents, instead of getting this lid and the can, you're simply going to get the organic based powder and the oil vial that it comes with. That's for the 3-in-1 plant guard product. And then for the whitewash product, again, you would simply just get the powder, and we're going to save on all of this additional packaging. The savings is going to be that we're saving on the cost of all of this additional packaging that is otherwise just getting thrown into our landfills and into our oceans, or hopefully making it into the recycling bin, in line with the environmental goal of eliminating waste. And even when it comes to recycling waste, not all recyclables end up in our waste, and I know that's another hour conversation, as well as I know that it's got to be packaged in bulk and then sold, and sometimes it's not sold, and then there's the cost of transportation. So with, again, the Zero Waste program presented by Ivory Organics, you'll get basically the contents of what's in the can, and instead of a label which has this high gloss on here that goes on the cans, you're simply going to be getting a paper label, and the paper label is also using Sustainable Forest Initiative paper. And I was thinking Miles Lewis would best explain what is the FSI paper that all of us should be looking for when buying paper products.
Right. Well, I think that, you know, people talk a lot about plastics as being a problem, but it is important to think about all the materials that we use. You know, paper is one of the more remarkably renewable, reusable, and recyclable materials that we've ever produced as human beings. And of course, one of the things that we're focusing on here with the Paper Earth Fair is how it's the foundation of our society in many ways. All the great ideas, all the great science, so much of the great art starts on paper. So it's important to think about the materials that we use, why we use them, and make sure that we are approaching it in a way that isn't destroying forests. SFI was formed to certify forestry as being sustainable, you know, tree farms rather than pulling down trees from rainforests or from large North American forests, say like the Boreal forest, which is up in Canada. You know, there's still a lot of products, and it's important to look into this. There's still a lot of products like Charmin, you know, Bounty, a lot of paper towels, a lot of toilet paper, etc., that are made from forests that have been there for hundreds, thousands, and millions of years. So whenever buying paper products, I do recommend looking for those that are distinguished as sustainable.
And the goal again is to protect, as you mentioned earlier, the virgin forests, those forests that, you know, have been there forever, and basically allowing the farmed forests where these farmers are in essence planting the trees to be farmed and harvested to create the paper products.
Right.
And that's what FSI is, or again, the Sustainable Forestry Initiative is designed to basically certify, approve, and endorse, and those are the labels that you'll be looking for when buying those paper products.
It's important to think that forests are the lungs of our earth, right? Without forests, this applies to the ocean too in different ways, but forests are how we can live on this planet. So it's always good to make your choices sort of relative to what they do to forests.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
So I also want to share with you the plants that I'm going to be bringing to the Paper Earth event this Sunday, April 7th, again starting at 11 o'clock to 4 p.m. And again, it's first come, first serve, so come early, enjoy excellent food, music, arts and crafts.
Music, like you said.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of talent here as well. So this is a wonderful opportunity to meet a lot of the community that shares your similar thinking and beliefs. So these here are just a handful of the plants that we're going to be bringing to our booth this, again, Sunday, April 7th. I want to keep on reiterating the date, hoping to see you all there. And I just want to share with you that some of the plants we're going to have are some California native plants, such as this California Fuchsia, which blooms beautiful red flowers and attracts a lot of pollinators, whether they be bees and including hummingbirds. We've also got the milkweed plant, which Lee Gadd and I planted together using her blueberry containers. So here we are reusing, which is an important concept as well. All of the containers you'll see here are recyclable, compostable paper products as well, and also organic. So you can even plant the entire plant container and all into the ground, and the soil biology will break that all down. Over here we have nasturtium, which is an extremely beneficial plant in the garden that typically attracts pests to it and away from your garden. And in addition, the leaves and flowers are edible. We've got also some seedlings I've started on my property, loquat trees, pepper, squash, and tomatoes. which will be excellent additions to your vegetable garden. And I'm a strong proponent of making sure that you dedicate at least 5 to 10% of your property to the native plants to support your native ecology. So this will be a great start to, again, meet a lot of wonderful people, listen to music, arts and crafts, celebrate, learn, and absorb the culture of what's going to be the very near future. It's already happening, but it's going to be everywhere very soon, being the concepts of preserving our planet. Something I learned from Lee Gadd about 3 to 6 months ago at another event that she participated in and had a booth, educating on the value of paper products over plastics, is that she shared statistics that if the planet and the world lived like Americans do, that we would need 5 Earths to have the renewable materials necessary to sustain the way Americans live. A lot of the people around the world still live in a way where they are reusing the same dinner plate, they are reusing the same cup the entire year. Unlike, again, the average American that is just looking for that disposable product, using thousands of those cups, and a lot of them are also not breaking down when it enters that trash can. So, I mean, that's just one of many important lessons that will be taught this Sunday. So, looking forward to hopefully seeing you all here. Again, if you want to repeat the date and time and website.
Sure. So, Paper Earth Fair, it's the first time. It is April 7th, this Sunday. It's 11 to 4 p.m. And you can find all information and share it at paperearth.org.
I'm going to make you also share, where are we right now? Where's the park? We're at the park where the event's going to be held.
So we are at the Tarzana Community and Cultural Center, which is at the intersection of Ventura Boulevard and Van Alden Avenue, right at the Tampa on-ramp. So it's centrally located in the West San Fernando Valley, right Tarzana, Woodland Hills area. Very easy to get to.
I've got to add one more thing. The building that's behind us, right over there, you said was owned by...
Oh, you want me to explain it?
Let's do it.
So one of the reasons why this area is preserved the way it is because Edgar Rice Burroughs, who's a famous writer back in the early 20th century who invented the Tarzan character, which is why Tarzana is called Tarzana, this used to be a part of his ranch. So there's a little bit of a historic quality here. It's a great place to visit if you've never been, and of course we'll be having a wonderful event.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time. If you've enjoyed this educational moment brought to you by Ivory Organics, be sure to give us a thumbs up, and it's ever more important that you share this through all of your social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. We want to gain your support as well as your friends and family that live in the surrounding areas to participate and partake in the knowledge and the information that will be shared.
And it'll be fun.
So wishing you all happy gardening and looking forward to seeing you all this Sunday.
See you, everybody. Works with this major animal rights activist, and they do this like every Thursday afternoon. They'll do a long They've got like 1 million.